I'm going to be going over this game, which is a game in which I was able to play Galakrond. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully well. So first turn, I didn't get any tokens. So I kind of just go, alright, I'm going to roll, see what it can get a token, and then hero power something just to start it. Because my goal here is to get a 6-drop, obviously. So, obviously, lose the first combat. I mean, pretty self-explanatory on that. No way we're going to win without any cards on the board. And then so next turn, I'm going to be buying a token, right? And then continuing my my level up, right? So just keep going. Like I said, our goal is to get a 6, and just keep working our way up there. So it's a rough early game. I mean, we're basically by forfeiting that 1, we're basically down, you know, cards that other people would get, right? So we're always going to be losing these early fights, but our hope is we get a good 6-drop and then we'll be winning, right? And then we can take that, snowball that into our advantage. So same old, just keep go, buy, and then boom. So good there. And so and then here, you know, we're still in that same position where they're slightly ahead of us on stats, right? So we're just taking minimal damage, just kind of slowly chunking us out. On here, same thing. We get our quest. When looking at the quest, I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's the 6 pirates and demons, right? I mean, I don't think it's ever not them. And then just keep choosing. We're, like I said, we're going for a 6. So we can buy here, and then we can level, which is good. It gets us up to 2, and it helps us with our quest, right? I always forget to play that stupid attack sometimes. So if you see that, just, you know, beware. And then this obviously sucks because we're so low with attack that basically he's just gaining the free health. Us hitting him is giving that dragon health, right? Which is not, never going to win that fight. Never going to come close. So then here, we'll get our first 6-drop, which is super good for us, right? So we can get a 6-drop. We can get the Famished Fellbat out of these choices. It looks like the best one. And then, so we're going to buy this, and I'm like, should I level and try? And then I go, no, it's not really worth it. So we buy the Famished Fellbat, roll for a demon, right? And then we get one, which is super good for us. The Trickster, one of the better demons to keep eating. I do play it retroactively, looking back on some of these with the little Naga that gives the 2 attack. Whatever, the like mini Muradon or whatever it's called. I should, in some cases, be playing it on the minions in the shop, right? So you eat it and get a bit of a better shop. But a lot of times I just mess up. I don't play that card, or I'm not thinking, I just play it on it. When you can, just play it on the minion in the shop, and it'd be much better for you, right? So we have the second demon, which is good because it easily lets me buy level. And then I was debating, should I sell like that? That's a perfect example. The Muradon should go on one of those in the shop because it'd eat it and it's gain its stats since it's going to eat everything in the shop. But I don't. But I was debating, like, should I sell and level? And then there's really no point because I'll just get, if I level and then upgrade, it'll be better, right? I get closer to more of a 6-drop. He completed his quest, but at this point, we're fully in our kind of trying to snowball these tricksters into getting big. I mean, as you can tell, there's no Murlocs in this game, so it's much better for us, right? There's way less poison options than there typically are, so it's so much better for us just to snowball these heavy stats Granted, in the late game, you can still have things that are like, you know, like Mantis Queens and Leroy's that really kind of eat on you. I froze here hoping that they wouldn't eat the 5-drop, but again, you can see I mess up the mini Murdon. I don't know how many times I'm going to mess up playing that little mini Murdon, but I do it. Don't you worry. But here, it's just all about trying to snowball the stats into these high healths. So hopefully we can get a good board, decent minions. This hit is rough. Like, it's like if you hit anywhere, you can kill things, but so. But we're low. We're still above damage cap, which is still super good for us. We did keep the 5-drop, which is great, so I can hero power to another 6. These 6s aren't that good, but I end up choosing Eliza just because I already have the Peggy, which is free stats, and I think it just will round out and get us a lot better stats here in the future. I can get the +6 health to the taunt, which is great for us. So now it's taunted, so when it dies, its health will pass. 6 health is a lot for these things. I mean, what a good card for those type of demons, right? And then I can sell out of my cheaper ones, buy another pirate, and then just kind of get my quest done finally. You know, it's a bit late, but we get it done. Finally, I put it on the shop for the last time that I have it. And then I obviously switch those around so that way the pirates will attack, hopefully buffing the demons, which will give us more health, right? The shop gets eaten, so, you know, good on us. So we're up, and then this is the start where I think, like, things are starting to look good, and then obviously we're in a decent enough position where we're going to stop losing fights. I mean, as you can see on our tracker, 100% chance to win, 65% chance to kill this guy. So we're getting out of the position where we're no longer hemorrhaging. We're kind of stabilized our lead. We're able to win some of the fights against the lower people, and we're probably able to take very little damage against some of the higher rollers of this lobby. And now we have the Whizzle Bomb, the helpful rerolls quest done, which means that, you know, we can really take this and kind of start to snowball it into an actual lead, right? Like, I mean, the whatchamacallit, the rerolling thing, it's just so good, right? I mean, it adds so much. Here I'm thinking of leveling since we have such a big lead. Level, get us higher, and then, I mean, already, right? That's such a huge advantage to just buy it. And we only have 4 demons, so, I mean, it'll eat the whole shop, which is, which, you know, fine. But, like, now we have 4 demons. They'll eat it, right? So every shop will get eaten. We're putting more stats on these health demons, which, like I said, without the Murlocs in the lobby, which, I mean, are just ruining lobbies now, right? Like, if you're playing Murlocs, like, if there's Murlocs in the lobby and you're not playing Murlocs, like, you're probably not winning the game anymore, right? Like, that's where we're kind of at. So without these Murlocs, without these poisons that you can do, without the crazy Divine Shield shenanigans, it puts us in a scenario where just stacking this health is so good, right? Like, we can then get in the scenario where it's like, oh, man, if any of those were demons, probably would have taken them on the spot. But it puts us in the scenario where, like, if we get, like, whatchamacallit. Here I just want a 6-drop. We'll see what it is. That's fine. I already have one. So I'm like, I'll take it. That's good. Right. And then I'm just kind of going through, consolidating, seeing what I want. That's just a crazy shot, but obviously not worth it. So I just try to get better stats, right? Like, that's my goal. Down here is just better stats all around. They eat everything with the 2 of them. He gets buffed with the taunt. I'm kind of in my head thinking like, okay, if I can taunt both of these, and I can start taunting things, then we can get the taunt build going where everything's going to be +4/+4. The demons are eating. I mean, then we'll start to really scale, right? That's super good for us, because the pirates are beneficial in the combat, but they're obviously not long term. They don't do enough in the build. I'd much rather see these things get tripled than keep these pirates. You know, we're not trying to. Right now, we're looking more for finishing this game out, getting these key cards, and putting us in the position to text. And right there's a perfect start. Getting the triple on this, I mean, super good. Is a huge minion, right? And when it dies, its health gets passed twice, which is so good, right? And then so I picked the demons, right? Because now I'm thinking it's better now just to start leading into demons while I can have these and just have them eat. And like Mama gaining with the health that you would get from the trickster is just so good. Here I was debating, like, do I stay here because the shop was buffed, right? That's decent targets to eat. So I think about it. I'm like, should I? And I end up staying because I want them to eat. They're buffed, right? So now it's just Eliza, right? This guy, he's got an Eliza, but he's pretty low on the pirate train, so I don't think he really has a chance, right? Well, we're just much too big. Even with the double buff of an Eliza, like you're just not playing the same game, right? Like, so it gets it, and then look at the health. I mean, just crazy. 18, 104. That every time it's hit spawns a demon with taunt. Like, I don't even think if I removed every card and just left that there for them that they would even have a chance to get through, right? So that's the goal, right? It's just have these stats that they can't get through, right? He has ice block. Crazy, he was already at 1 and then has ice block, so I mean, good on him. He's surviving. Maybe he'll make another place because of it. Right, so now we're just looking through. We're gonna see, can we get another 6? Can we triple these? We get another taunt, which is like, yeah, I guess I'll taunt it. I guess I'll get the extra buff if we get it, right? And my thought process is with the wisdom, I know I'm gonna be getting triples, right? Like eventually I'll either get the golden in the shop like I did, or we'll get the reroll, and right, like there it is, right? The reroll, and so I'm like, oh fuck. I want this. I want to buy one, so I buy that one because it's the most important to me. So I buy that, and then I'm going to freeze the shop and hope, right? Because now it's eating 4, right? It's only going to eat 4. So the hope is, okay, it'll just eat 4, and maybe it'll leave me a triple, right? And that's my plan. Maybe it'll leave me one of the triples, which is what it does. It leaves me the taunt triple, right? Would have been cool if it left both Mama and the taunt one, but I'm fine, right? And I mean, just look how much health he just helps, right? Like they've got decent stats, but they're just not gonna be able to get through the big taunt. And right, like maybe I should have moved this one closer, but either way, by the time the trickster dies, it'll put so much health on the one minion, right? Like, even, you're never beating that without a poison, right? Like, no one here is big enough to beat. So our only goal is to, like, stay alive, win, keep eating, and then when we see players, hopefully we don't lose, and then we can tech out into better cards. And I mean, that's it, right? Here, I'm like, okay, we can get things to eat. My thought process, buy a bat if I get another bat, like another triple. Because I keep upgrading into 6s, right? That's my plan. If I can get another triple bat, then we're good. Here, I probably should have just buy the Mantid Queen, play it, you know? It's a good poison. And so that's what I'm thinking. Get it 15 plus 15, buy it. And then we'll have it. It's a poison. I have 2 tribes, not a lot, right? Obviously, but I mean, a taunt poison is always going to be helpful. Everyone eats, right? It keeps getting bigger. And that's our game plan here, is just surviving through these fights, through this, right? And I mean, every time you look, right, we have these big chances of killing and winning just because, without, like I said, without Murlocs, the poison is so like you just can't do anything against it, which makes it like it's impossible to run through this trickster, and then the health that it also gives, which is what we want. I mean, look, he's down to 1 minion, and they finally kill the trickster, and they've only been attacking the trickster, right? And it's like, how are you going to get through things that are giving that much health if you don't have the poison to stop it, right? And so that's the only time demons in this game can flourish, is if all the poison is banned, right? You can't. It'll never work if they have poison, right? Demons are sadly just giant balls of stats, and so when you have things like Murlocs, which can, be poisoned, be all these things, it's never gonna work for you, right? So here we are looking. And I'm thinking, by that, what's better? Like I said, more health, right? How are you going to stop these things, right? More health. It's just too difficult. Roll. Look. And then we just kind of sit here. Honestly, if I'm looking, maybe I sell out of the Divine Shield. I was just thinking a big Divine Shield's helpful, but it's too small right now, right? And so this person's got a lot of stats, right? So, I mean, we're just kind of running our face into them, which isn't a bad thing, but it's like, damn. It's just a lot of stats to get through, right? So getting rid of that Murloc and then adding the Baron probably gets us where, like, this, imagine, like, there's just more health, and they go on, like, the worst thing, so we don't really have a chance here to win just because the health went wrong, right? It doesn't matter how much health you have when you have so little damage. But what we were able to do is limit the damage we're taking, so we're not dying, which is good. I mean, we should win those fights, but we're not dead, which means that now we can come back and we can set our plan. We know what board they have. We can set our plan and we can kind of go from there, right? Here, we're fighting the Ghost. So we just kind of look. Like I said, we're trying to triple the Imp Mamas. We're trying to find things that we need. We're not really seeing them, so we just keep rolling. We're just looking for things that are better help us. I have level. I'm looking for 6s. Might as well shoot. Hopefully the Wonder Bomb gives us some 6s. Decent ones, obviously. Like, there's all the tech cards, right? But it's not enough. And so we just sit here. We're fighting the Ghost, so we'll eat some 6s, and we'll just keep going, right? Like, we're in no crazy rush. Everyone's eating. Our Divine Shields are getting bigger. It adds, it adds another minion to the pool for Mantis Queen, right? So now it's more likely to get that Divine Shield, which is what we're super looking for. And this is the same Ghost. I mean, he just has no chance, right? They're just too big, so just a free wipe, and then easy. Let's see who wins, and then we'll fight the winner, right? And so we saw that Ysera beat Jandis, right? I think is her name. And here I was like, oh, the stat upgrade, that's good to eat. But then I was like, I got 9 gold. Surely we're not wasting 9 gold. But I do think about it. I'm like, oh. But it's like, no, we can't waste 9 gold, right? We got to keep going. There's another Fellbat, but I choose to pass because we're in the last stages now, right? We're only looking for ways to kind of give us that final push. Give us that either that triple on Imp Mama or something. Give us that final push in. We beat this person fairly easily, so I'm not thinking like we don't need too much tech. We just kind of need to win, right? So I'm like, let's get some Divine Shields. Let's push. Let's see what we can get, right? Like, we're not out here like, oh my god, we're gonna lose if we don't pull these certain things. So yeah, we just play Baron. We Divine Shield our second biggest minion, you know. I debated Mantis Queen, but I'm like, yeah, hopefully it gets it, right? And then we Divine Shield that. And then we just hope that they can chew through that before Baron dies, and we'll get the health, right? And that's our game plan. And, I mean, as you can see, they have all the Divine Shields, but their just minions aren't big enough, right? So it's like you can get the Divine Shields, but you're not going to chew through it. Leroy kind of actually helps us because it just consolidates these massive amounts of health. And it's like you're not getting through this board, right? All your Divine Shields are going to die because the Int Mamas are proccing, right? So it's like you get a Divine Shield, it's going to proc against the Int Mama taunt. And then these things are just going to destroy your other minions, right? They really don't have a chance. And so it's kind of just a free victory, as given by like the 99.8. They would need some massive fail hits in order to win this fight, which we got to watch through the ending, but I mean, it's over, right? They don't have the stats to win. And so in a lobby with no Murlocs, with no poison really, that's when demons can shine. And I mean, that's the game, easy as pie, right?